friends, welcome back. My name is Natalie. Welcome to Natalie's Book Talk. Today I will be discussing the books that I plan to read on August. Now I have 9 books. I don't know if I'm going to read them all. I know it's a long list. In July I did read 6 books. I wanted to read 7, so I'm rolling over one of the books to August. So let's start. So the first book I want to read is When I Was You. So I just wanted to expand my horizons and not read only romance. So this follows Kelly Medina. Kelly Medina gets a call from a pediatrician's office, and they tell her, oh, your son is due for a checkup, your baby's due for a checkup. And she's like, no, I don't have a baby, my kid is in college. And so then they say, okay, we're sorry. So apparently there's another lady with the name of Kelly Medina with a baby. So then she can't stop thinking about this. So then she goes to the pediatrician's office, runs into this lady who has her same name, and then after that one of them disappears, one of the Kellys. So it really doesn't say which one, and that's what this is about. So this is When I Was You. This is the book from July that I did not read. It's by Emily Henry, People We Meet on Vacation. And this follows Poppy and Alex. Poppy and Alex were friends, but apparently they're not talking anymore. Poppy's in a rut, and she convinces him to go on a vacation together so they could fix things. And so this is People We Meet on Vacation, Emily Henry. Then I have this book, and this book I've heard like so many things about it. One True Loves, and this is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's like one of those books out there that are hyped up, so I hope it doesn't disappoint when I read it. And this is about Emma and Jesse. Emma and Jesse are high school sweethearts. They get married, move away from their hometown, and then Jesse's in a helicopter accident and he dies. So years later, Emma has a new fiance. She has moved back into town, has a fiance, but one day she gets a call that her husband that is not dead after all. So now she has to decide what she's gonna do. So this is One True Loves. Then we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is a YA book, I think, and this follows Wes and Liz. Let me make sure that's her name. Yeah, Wes and Liz. So they grew up in the same neighborhood. They're neighbors, but Wes was a terror. He always used to do a lot of nasty pranks on her growing up. Well, now they're grown up, senior year, and Michael, which was a guy that Liz had a crush on, comes back to town. So what happens? She wants to get him to take her to the prom, but Wes becomes really close with Michael, so then she has to recruit Wes to help her get this guy to take her to the prom. And I guess as they interact, Wes and her, well, she feels like, oh, he's not as bad as I thought he was. So this is Better Than the Movies. Then we have Booked on a Feeling by Jessie Lee. I don't know, something about this cover I love so much. So this follows Lizzie. Lizzie is an overachiever. She has her little list and checks off everything. She wants to become a lawyer, join a prestigious firm. So something happened that she gets into this panic attack, and that's like an obstacle for her to accomplish her dreams. So she goes into this little town, this small town where she spent her childhood, and she had a best friend there, which was Jack Park. Jack Park always had a crush on her. She doesn't know it. So then she decides to help him in a bookstore, like to fix a bookstore, and that's when they start getting close. And there's the bookstore, and they're right there looking at each other. Then we have the layover. The layover is about Ava Green. Ava Green is she's a flight attendant, and this is her last trip. She's so happy she's going away, doesn't have to be on a plane anymore. But in the plane she runs into she runs into Jack Stone. Jack Stone is a retired pilot. He's not a pilot anymore, and they apparently don't get along at all. But she's okay with it. She says, oh, this is only one flight. I won't see him after this. But what happens? The plane has mechanical problems, and then they have to stay the whole weekend layover in Belize. And there, she starts getting close to him. So this is the layover. Not a summery vibes. One Italian Summer by Rebecca Ciro. So this is about Katie. Katie's mom died, Carol. But before she died, they had planned a trip to Italy, which is her mother's, where she grew up. So she decides to go by herself. She goes to Italy, and there, guess who shows up? Her dead mother. But she's a 30-year-old young woman, tan, and that's where she says, what is happening? How could this be happening? So that's when she gets to know her mother when she's younger. So this is One Italian Summer. So this is Shipped by Angie Hockman, and this book follows Henley. Henley is a manager, and she's up for a promotion, and so is Graham. Graham is a media manager, but he's off-site. So then the boss of this company decides to send them both to a cruise to the Galapagos Island, where they have to come up with a proposal to boost bookings for this cruise, and whoever has the best proposal will get the promotion. So at first she doesn't like Graham because she's met him through other forms in her job, but once she meets him in person, she feels that he's a different person, not the person she thought he was. So this is Shipped by Angie Hockman. I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This is a trilogy. This is the first book. I know a movie came out. I have not seen it, and because I like to read the book first. So I'm going to leave this book for last in August of all these books that I'm reading, and then I'll continue with the other two books. So the summer, I Turned Pretty, and that completes the books that I will be reading in August, hopefully. So there's 10 books. In July I read 6. Let's see what happens. Maybe these are more easy to read, more interesting. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like my channel, and I also have an Amazon store if you want to send me something, or if you have any book recommendations, you could just tell me about them and I'll try to read them. So thank you so much. Bye.